Theologians 5:11. Therefore, encourage each other and build each other up, just as you are doing. Hello, Light Warrior. Happy Monday. It's Bashan here. The Holy Spirit was placing it in my spirit this morning so heavily. I had written down a bunch of messages over the past few days, and then this message started coming in so strong this morning. The Holy Spirit was placing it in my spirit that there are people who they're very inspired by whatever it is that you do and the level of mastery that you are expressing in your passions. But the thing is you make it look very easy. And so when people see you, they think, oh, that's easy for that light warrior over there. It's easy for them to follow their passions, and then they feel like they themselves are incapable on some level of doing what you're doing, whether they're acknowledging it within themselves or not. And then that's when your people who have once been inspired by you, they start to want to tear you down. They build you up only to tear you down. Essentially, people who love you, who are your fans, who are inspired by you, they start to become envious on a certain level because they're so inspired by what you're doing. This reminds me a lot of what Jesus went through in his lifetime of being such a leader in love, compassion, and kindness, and really turning down temptation from the enemy. And so when Jesus did it, it looked easy. The signs, the wonders, the love, the kindness, the compassion, the turning down of the temptation, the fasting in the desert, all that stuff, Jesus made it look so easy, and yet it wasn't. It was just as hard for Jesus on some level as it would have been for anybody. It was the fact that Jesus just had it within him. He had God within him to help him to do this. And so a lot of people look to Jesus for that reason. And he had people on both sides. People at the end of the day literally built him up, and he experienced the ultimate teardown only to rise up to the ultimate highest level of being risen up again. And so that's what the Holy Spirit is saying, is that people will build you up only to tear you down again. And a lot of it is because of how they feel about what you're expressing through your passions, that it makes them feel small or ineffectual because on some level they don't feel like they can do what you're doing. And the examples, the Holy Spirit was also placing some like famous people examples like Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, or Selena. A lot of these people, they started in their childhood, and even Jesus did as well. Jesus didn't even pop out until he was in his 30s. There's 30 years where Jesus was learning. He was going through these enlightenments. He was going through whatever he went through to get him to the point where he could be in that place of leadership, of expressing that high level of love, compassion, kindness, and supernatural wonders and works that he did. And so like Jesus, like Selena, Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, all these people who we view as having reached this certain level of height in their passions and in their career, Selena was torn down as well, to a very high level. And also people tore down Michael Jackson quite a bit as well. I know Michael Jordan experienced a lot of no's before he made it big. People told him he would never be like the level of basketball that he was at. But these people, they sacrificed in their childhood. If you would look at Michael Jackson or Selena, you wouldn't realize that they were started being groomed for that level of expressing their passions and being on that level of creativity and mastery that they had gotten to with what they were expressing. And it took a lot of sacrifice. They missed out on a lot of things. They were putting in a lot of hours, and where a lot of other kids were out there playing and having fun, and then meanwhile they were, you know, in their garage working with their band, or if you're, you know, a sports person, out there, you know, practicing and sweating and getting injuries and overcoming the injuries and getting booed off the stage and overcoming getting booed off the stage. And so you make it look really easy to people, but they don't realize that you've been booed off the stage. You've sucked before you succeeded. You've sacrificed. You've put in hundreds and thousands of hours for some of you. You've missed out on other things that other people were doing for this level that you have reached of mastery with your passion, the way you express it. And so when people see that, on some level, they feel like, you know, ineffectual in themselves because they are not expressing. They feel like they are inspired by you and they don't know how to do what you're doing. So then that's when people will start to tear you down. They will build you up only to tear you down. And it's because you make what you're doing look so easy. They don't realize the level of sacrifice that's gone behind the level of mastery like that you have reached, like Jesus and like many other people who have really sacrificed for their passion that was put in them, that they wanted to express. So people see it, that it's easy for you, but it's not. I love you. I hope this word brings you some encouragement. Give it a thumbs up if it did. Subscribe to see more videos, and I'll talk to you again later. God bless you.